I'm Drexler with Spire Architecture. Many clients choose an architect based on aesthetics or things they see on websites, projects they drive by, etc. That's a fine way of selecting an architect or a design build firm. But really, an architect has the ability to work. Let's say an architect was a chef, a painter, a sculptor, a dancer. A chef can use a certain palette of ingredients and cook a style of food. An architect can do the same thing. We can use a series of materials, a location, a social condition, to create an architecture that's very specific to place. Where a chef could use farm to table, ingredients that come locally, and they apply that to what they're cooking, a fresh cuisine. Architects do a similar thing. We take the materials, the skilled labor of a region, and that shapes our architecture. That may lead to a different architecture, and should, in a way, based on client needs and wants and based on location. If you're building this house at the beach, it's going to have a different finish. It's going to have a different response to its environment, which is really important because then it's really an architecture of place. Often, clients come to architects with preconceived notions of house or home and what they want. And a lot of times it's based on what they've seen, which makes sense. You're not inventing anything. You're taking I likes and I wants and you're putting them together. It's really important that an architect dives into that information and understands the why people like what they want, what they're showing you, and then focus on the actual ingredients of that. They like this because it's slick and cool and minimal, or they like this because it's textural and historic, whatever the sort of ingredients for those notions. That's really important to A, understand that, B, document that, and C, use that to shape the architecture. It's really important to listen and then really use that information that you hear from your client to allow you to shape a building that's meaningful to them and then of the particular place. And like I said, it's skilled labor, the materials you use, all those things inform the way you design a building and the possibility of what you yield when the project's done. On this project, the client gave me a book and referenced some videos of very modern buildings. And I do remember, although it was 20 years ago, I do remember looking at the book, putting it on my desk, and surrounding myself with that imagery to help me, A, get into this thing we're going to design, number one, and number two, understand and test those ideas and notions that the client was asking for. And then the next step after that is to reinterpret those items, to take that information, those ingredients, and heighten some of them, take some of them and sort of push them down and make them sort of not less important, but less of a hierarchy to how you shape the building. Make choices for materials, shape spaces throughout the building.